Hello, everyone. So to start out, a little something new. I've been working on my conversational Welsh. I'm still terrible at it, but we're going to jump right in to this brilliant attempt of mine. Prynhawn da fi ffrindiau. Good afternoon, my friends. So, today's video is, so I get a lot of people who ask me questions about spirit animals, or totem guides, or various other names. So I'm going to be referencing something here shortly. But I get a lot of people who ask me about animal spirits and animal guides, and it's like, well, how do you look at it? How do you think about it? I've got a lot of experience in helping people find theirs, or listen to theirs, because they're not always going to speak to you in words. In fact, very, very rarely will they speak to you so much as guide you and direct you and allow you to find the path that they need you to follow yourself. So there are a lot of different viewpoints on animal spirits, or Anifeiliad Isbrid. Some people call them animal spirits, some people call them shamanic totems, some people refer to them as guides. In some monotheistic cultures, the same kind of idea pervades, and they talk about things like guardian angels, or in many ancestor worshiping cultures, you have the guiding ancestors, things of that nature. I'm going to focus in on animal spirits, being a druid, animals. And just as there are many names for this particular spiritual, magical phenomenon, there are just as many viewpoints. I want to focus in today on mine. And I want to take some time today and look at how I have found them to work, and how I have been able to communicate with my own, with other people's, to help them find them, or help them learn to listen to them better. I want to start off, I realize I'm already a little bit in, but I want to start off again by saying that I don't want anyone to take what I say as this concrete law about how animal spirits have to work, how any sort of magical phenomenon has to work. This is largely an experiential expose, as it were. This is largely how I have found that it works for me and for members of my grove and for other people that I've helped through the years. This is not me telling you how it is and how it should be and what you need to do. That is absolutely, completely against what I am trying to aim for here. So, again, what I want you to do with this information, I want you to listen to me. I want you to think about the things that I'm saying. Think about how it applies to you and how you can use it to further and grow your own relationship with your own guardian spirits, whatever you choose to use as nomenclature for that. So let's kind of jump right into this thing. Something that I get a lot of in new neo-pagans, is I get this, I am the wolf, I am the puma, I am the bear, I am they all focus in on carnivores. And it struck me, initially when I was working with them, it struck me as I was like, well, you don't particularly seem to fit the bill of a carnivore. Now, that's not to say that you cannot have a carnivore spirit guide you if you don't chomp down gratuitous amounts of meat and howl at the moon or growl at passerbys. That's not what I'm getting at. To me, animal spirits are similar to fairy folk in that they are above us on the totem pole hierarchy of mortals and spirit folks and gods. So, that's my opinion. I view them as such and treat them as such. But I have noticed that there are a lot of people who pick and choose animal spirits that they think they want, instead of allowing their animal spirits to manifest and allowing them to guide them and teach them. I think it's referred to as, I think they call it Sheilaism. Hi, my name's Sheila, and whatever I believe is real. And I'm not trying to make fun of anyone. I'm not trying to poke fun at anyone. But that is a thing that will prevent people from being able to make real connections. Now, I may get flack for this video, and that's perfectly acceptable. I understand where it's coming from, and I'm ready for it. But to bounce back to what I'm talking about, spirit animals were there before you. Your totem guides were there before you, and they'll be there after you. They are there to show you the way to be a better you, show you a way to climb the ladder up towards divinity. And I notice that when people pick and choose, well, I want to be the wolf, I want to be the bear, I want to be the hawk or the eagle, they limit themselves. They stop themselves from being able to truly discover not only their guide, but themselves. Other people think that your totem guide or whatever stays in exactly the same form, exactly the same shape, exactly the same way forever. I think that, same as the other fairy folk, they are prone to change their shape and change their form based on what you need from them. Now, going backwards for a moment, back to the, well, what if I need them to be a wolf right now? Well, you may not necessarily know what's best for you. We'll take an example. I have one of my students. For the longest time, he told me day in and day out, whilst we were working together and whilst we were training and whilst I was teaching him, well, I'm the wolf spirit. I know I am. Okay. Do you feel particularly drawn to the wolf spirit? Well, yeah, I totally agree with it. Okay. Well, let's operate under that assumption for a little while. And we would go, but he never really made progress until one day we were studying, and interestingly enough, we were practicing language. And he goes, you know what, actually, on an unrelated note, I don't really think that I'm a wolf spirit. Okay, why don't you think you're the wolf spirit anymore? Why do you think What's led you to this conclusion? Well, I don't really think like a predator. Okay. So you don't think like a predator. And wolves are definitively predators. So let's examine that. If you don't think like a predator, what do you think like? Well, I don't know. I'm very family oriented. Okay. I'm also very defensive. Okay. So you think maybe a creature which lives in large groups, but is well able enough to defend itself. Yeah, or avoid a problem. Sometimes, the fight, sometimes the best way to win the fight is to not engage in the fight. Okay, I agree with this. This is definitely how you operate. This is much, much better than trying to fit yourself into the mold of what you feel like the wolf is. Now, yes, the wolf is also family-oriented, and yes, the wolf may also have these other things, but there are feelings and emotions and connections that someone who is not a wolf spirit may not necessarily understand about the whole predator mentality. We worked, and it came out that that my student is that his spirit animal is the stag. And through this portion of his life, since that point, he has made leaps and bounds, no pun intended. He has made leaps and bounds through his proverbial spiritual forest, following his stag, and allowing that animal to really communicate with him in his work, in his both his shamanic meditation works and his practical applicative works. So that is an experience that I feel like is important to this particular video, is that there is absolutely nothing wrong with not being a predator. In fact, many non-predator creatures are much better at protecting themselves from the outside interferences than predators, who spend more of their time sort of looking to take advantage of their situations and looking to make the best out of their or rather to take advantage of their quarry. The difference would be, let's say that we have person A and person B. Person B kind of wants more responsibility at work, and they would definitely handle more responsibility at work, but they aren't going about their time trying to turn their environment to their advantage so that they get that position. They figure through hard work and through perseverance they will be shown the way to take that position at work. Then you have person B, who says, all right, I'm going to do everything in my power to take the position at work. I'm going to make sure that when I'm at work, everyone knows that I am taking care of all of these things that need taken care of. When I'm at work, all of this, and this is made sure to get done. We're passing our inspections. We're doing our dailies. We're doing these things, and he is actively attempting to manipulate his environment so that he comes out on top. That is a very rudimentary difference in life approach from a prey or herbivore animal versus a predator animal. I apologize now in the middle of this video. This is going to be kind of a long video, guys, so bear with me. Some other things that we have to look at as far as people wanting to pick their animals is people want to pick things that they think will make others not want to pick on them. I find this in late teenage neo-pagans or early 20s neo-pagans who have found solace in paganism and are trying to paint themselves in a light that will make it to where they don't get bullied or picked on or degraded, because they're used to kind of being degraded and bullied and picked on, and they're tired of it. They don't want any more of it, and that's perfectly acceptable. You know, they're a kind of war paint, as it were, to show, I'm done with your crap. I'm done with this. No more. Enough is enough kind of stuff. That's all well and good. But, again, looking at the animals themselves, and kind of going back as far as, like, kind of hunter-gatherer society. My friend who's a stag, I pointed it to him this way. I said, so you chose the wolf initially because you wanted others to know that you were not to be trifled with. Yes, I definitely think I chose the wolf because I didn't want people to make fun of me. I was tired of that. Okay. Would you willingly walk up to a stag and slap him in the face? No, that would be stupid. I'd get antlered. So, the stag is just as likely to defend himself from outside encroachment of his territory as the wolf. Yeah, that kind of makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, there's no contest. You don't have to be a particular spirit animal. You don't have to have a particular spirit animal for people to not want to encroach upon you and kind of force their idealisms on you. In my experience, most people are not predator animals. Their spirit animals are not predators. They are herbivores, or they are omnivores. I know many a person whose spirit animal would be a raccoon, or whose spirit animal would be a swan. That's not to say that there aren't people out there whose spirit animals are predators. I haven't run into as many of them. I have had people ask me, well, what's your spirit animal? The snake. Without a doubt. As a teenager, maybe I would have preferred the dragon. Would have been cooler, mythical, magical, bestial. I love the snake. I've always loved snakes, but I love the snake as my guide. Well, why aren't you a wolf? You know, you've got wolf tattoos. Which, I guess I haven't really shown you guys yet, but there they are. Hattie and Skjold. Why aren't you the wolf? You've got wolf tattoos. Well, lots of people aren't the things that they put on their body. I'm more snake-like than I am wolf-like. And that does not come from me. teenage me probably would have much preferred if I were a big nasty wolf, or if I were a growling bear or a dragon or something. But I've grown into being the snake, being the serpent. And it took time. Everything takes time, you know? Acceptance of who you are is a lifelong journey that comes in stages of acceptance. It comes in accepting that you aren't who you may have thought you were going to be at one point in time. It comes in accepting, yes, you do have faults, and learning how to work within the boundaries of your own weaknesses to strengthen yourself. It comes in accepting other people's faults, and accepting that other people are just like you. They're mortal people. So they're varying levels of acceptance, and learning about your spirit animal is one of the ways that I feel like people can really truly learn to start accepting themselves. My caution is to don't try to pick your spirit animal. Let your spirit animal pick you. Let it show itself to you. And I told that to another one of my younger members of the Grove, and they said, "So your spirit animal is kind of like your Harry Potter wand." Yeah, that is a good way to look at it, actually. Well, I want to do more on the topic of spirit animals. This is a topic which I love. I love every aspect of every animal. Maybe one of the reasons why I wanted to become a druid is their deep connection to the animals. And druids were thought to be shapeshifters anyways, so maybe one day I'll figure out how to shapeshift. Snake first. Then a leopard. And then an eagle. But, so I've droned on about this quite long enough. If you all have any comments, if I have said anything that has made you think and made you want to explore yourself, please leave me a comment in the comment sections below. If you like this video, a like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. I want to do more videos on spirit animals in the future. Perhaps if I get enough requests, I'll start doing videos on my interpretations of the various spirit animals that people have asked me about over the years. As normal, let me let you all know what I'm listening to. And as soon as I find it, I am listening to 1 hour of Dungeons and Dragons music by Derek and Brandon Fletcher. I like their ambient music. It makes me happy. Comments, questions, concerns, anything that you simply want to drop into my comment section to let me know. I try to stay very active in my comments, answering questions or responding in kind to people. So please communicate with me. I want to communicate with those of you who are watching my videos. Blessings of the forest to each and every one of you, and have a very good day. Huil.